Chapter 54. The fingers of the young man in the black hoodie hesitated on the keyboard for a moment, seeing the poster continuously sending messages. Hello, are you still there? Do you know how to fix games? It seems like you're not very professional. It was indeed unprofessional. Not only was he unprofessional, but to be exact, he had no experience fixing game source codes before. But after only a few seconds of hesitation, he still sent a message to the other party. You can try. Siddle looked at the messages on the screen. She felt that this person was really unreliable. But now that he was the only one contacting her, Siddle could only hesitantly ask again. Are you sure? Can you fix it before 12 o'clock tonight? After all, she still needed to deal with other urgent cases. For example, if the game crashes after fixing it, or if it doesn't work after fixing it, the game data is wrong, etc. The account with the black avatar replied very briefly. Siddle thought for a moment and reminded the other party again. No matter what, you can't open this game, otherwise it will be dangerous to your life. You've accepted the job. If anything happens, you'll be responsible for it. After all, this was a cursed game. If you fix it, it's very likely that you'll be possessed by a demon. Siddle was deeply aware that she couldn't harm innocent people. It was best to warn them in advance, and emphasized it once more. After a long while, the other party still hadn't responded. When Siddle couldn't wait any longer and wanted to find someone else, she saw the other party's message. Okay. Siddle. It was really concise. She tried sending the game to them, along with her own requests. This is a horror game. There are a lot of evil spirits in the game. I had to work hard to collect all the props, only to find out when I reached the last level that there was only one bad ending, that I would be killed by the little girl's spirit. I want to change the game content, change the little girl's soul's HP to 10, the character I control's HP to infinity, also, maximum strength and speed, and weapons. I want a Gatling gun, the kind with laser beams, that can shoot continuously, you know? Also give me a suit of armor. Never mind, my HP has reached infinity, so I don't need that. In that case, can you give me a tank? The kind that can grind the boss into mush. Siddle waited for an answer for a long time, but only received one sentence. No. Siddle. She silently placed her hands on the keyboard, but it seemed like the other party knew how she would respond, so before she could send the message, the other party immediately gave an explanation. This game uses old graphics technology from more than 10 years ago, and it doesn't have any data encryption measures installed, so just open the background data file and you can see the data code. But there is no combat setting in its code. If you change it to your liking, you have to develop a new version and rewrite the entire data code. A day is too short, it can't be done. Siddle understood, but this didn't make her less disappointed. Disappointed that she couldn't chase the boss to report it and avenge herself. Is it really impossible? She asked. Thinking about it, she still couldn't help but send another message. Is your technique not very good? Then can someone else do it? The boy. He looked at the message on the screen, frowning speechlessly. The condition that the poster had put forth was, edit the game with the condition of not being allowed to enter the game, which was already too much, but he didn't expect the other party to be this excessive. He remembered the $50,000 and calmly replied. No way. Siddle looked at the short text on the screen and fell into deep thought. Since Siddle didn't know much about games, she decided to try taking a step back. If this person still said he couldn't edit it, she would change to someone else. Then can you edit the ending? Yes, how do you want to edit it? Siddle recalled the lines in her memory. Before she could send a few messages, she saw the other party send a message. The lines can be seen in the source code file. Siddle's typing hand stopped. She thought for a moment and then described her request. These lines are vicious curses with negative emotions. I want you to change all those lines into warm, kind, and peaceful words. Let the boss no longer hold grudges and let him reconcile with this world. As she typed those words, Siddle was deeply moved by herself. "Look, this is what it means to repay evil with good." The spirit wanted her to die, but she wanted the spirit to experience love and peace, to feel the beauty of this world again. Then wouldn't its thoughts be enlightened? But she still felt a little regretful that she couldn't crush it into minced meat, to watch it be forced to submit in front of her. Warm, beautiful, and peaceful. The boy in the black hoodie. He was silent for a moment, his eyes bewildered, his fingers touching the bandage on his wrist, the liquid there was still spreading. How should she write these lines? He stared at the source code displayed on the game's background data file, lost in thought. Siddle began to diligently compose an essay. She intended to write those lines herself, especially what she had said to Boss. Siddle still remembered. She said, "Wake up, those people are innocent." The spirit, "I want to kill them." She, "You are inherently good." The soul, "I want to kill you." She, "It's not you who is wrong, it's the world who is wrong." The soul, "You are right, that's why I want to destroy this world." She, "There is still true love in this world." The soul, "I want to rip your stomach open and cut off your head." What a disobedient retard. Then she started the chase with the boss. Before the chase started, the boss even said something to her. "You are so disgusting." Siddle decided to change her dialogue. Let the boss regret everything it has done. Let it say the lines it feels disgusting about. But before she could finish editing the dialogue, the other party sent her the game file again. "It's done editing, you can take a look." Siddle hesitated for a moment, wanting to say that she hadn't sent the dialogue yet. But after thinking about it, she still stopped typing and opened the game. If she found anything wrong, she would immediately exit. After entering the game, Siddle was surprised to find that this person seemed to have edited it quite well. He even thoughtfully changed the final background for her. From a bloody wall, it turned into a fresh floral pattern. Although if you look closely, you can see the Children's Home brand logo printed on the edge of the painting on the wall. Siddle. Her mood was complicated. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. Should she say that this person was attentive or just a perfunctory attitude? The game scene changed to the scene where she had just entered the final screen. Siddle controlled her character to move forward, and once again saw the game's ghost boss. On both sides of the boss were male ghost A and male ghost B. According to the plot, this was when the main character negotiated with the ghost boss. However, Siddle saw that the character she controlled suddenly took 2 steps back, and the little ghost girl and the 2 little ghost boys in front of her began to talk affectionately to each other. Why did she have to use affectionate words to describe it? Siddle fell into deep thought. Little girl's soul, "Oh my God, I should have known sooner, my treasures, you guys are my wings, my true love. I can't leave you guys, no matter which one of you, losing either of you would break my heart." Male ghost A, "That's right, my love, I think you should understand our feelings, me and him." Male ghost B, "That's right, he's right." The 2 male demons said in unison, "We are both willing to accept each other, to be by your side." The little girl's soul, "I think my bed is big enough for the 3 of us." They talked and laughed, looked at each other affectionately, held hands and walked past the main character controlled by Siddle and walked out of the room, walking further and further away. It seemed that the main character, her, had been completely forgotten. Siddle, looking at the lines that did not match the Japanese painting style around her, she felt strangely familiar. She turned on her phone to check, and sure enough, the recently released popular 18+ drama Mary Sue was about 3 people playing 3P in the name of love. He had copied all the final lines of the movie. She looked at the little girl's ghost boss with resentment in her heart, now speaking lines from a bloody movie to 2 male demons. Although it was not the love and peace she imagined, she still felt very relieved. In the next plot, Siddle was supposed to appear in the field and start chasing the little girl's ghost. However, with a flash of light, Siddle discovered that she was still in the field, but the little girl's ghost in front of her was holding hands with 2 male demons. As the intro music played, the three demons held hands in the rice field, flying up into the sky in a spiral. Flying up into the sky in a spiral, literally, interspersed with the rough sound of the spiral rotating in the air. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Siddle, who had no idea about the game, was extremely surprised. It turned out that it could be done. The game finally turned to a black screen with the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound of the air flowing in the background. The game ended, but Siddle still couldn't calm down. She put down the notebook and walked to the floor-to-ceiling window of the library. It was very clean. The noises that had been crawling on the ground just now had disappeared. Siddle walked out of the library and looked around. It was a blessing that there were no more of those things after 3 days of visual pollution. To be safe, Siddle put away his cell phone and prepared to patrol the campus. 30 minutes had passed since he sent the game. He glanced at the time again, even though he knew that the poster would definitely check the goods first. But this was too long, right? The boy looked downcast, his expression indifferent, typing a line of text. If there's no problem, then pay. The sound of rain outside the window was pattering. After sending the message, he fell into silence again, blankly looking out the window. His fingers unconsciously touched the back of his head. His fingers were covered with a strong smell of blood. The September rain seemed to carry a bit of coldness. He looked down, tightened his collar, and pursed his pale thin lips. Drowsiness and coldness invaded his body, but he knew he couldn't sleep now. He still hadn't received the money. The young man waited patiently for another 10 minutes before sending the second urgent message. Pay up.